the things that you're doing in terms of buying today, and like actually pulling levers today, what are you looking at to drive like North Star? I mean, you're looking at, are you I feel like the answer to this, a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm looking at creative hook rates and all this stuff. And then, I go between, to me, I'm always like, I'm very interested in what's happening on the purchase side. The secondary
Mhm.
stuff is the creative metrics, but I'm curious of your take on that, like how you're determining things, because you're scaling brands, which I don't think a lot of people are doing right now. So like, how are you determining success? Is it in a longer window? What are you looking at? Like, what are all the pieces?
Yeah, I think as an agency that is predominantly on more, I think I would say like top of funnel areas in terms of, I would say like Facebook or Meta, and then like Instagram and even Google in some ways. Like I think the most important metric in my opinion is that new customer CPA. And so to me, we'll work with brand, like there's a brand that they have, they're making, let's say like they're making around like 200,000 a month in like revenue, and there's a lot of organic traffic coming in, and they didn't spend any money on ads before they worked with us. And somebody could come in and be like, oh, we can start spending, and they're like seeing this like, oh, 12x return or 10x return. But like if we're not actually seeing an incremental lift in new customer,
Mm-hmm.
like revenue and new customer like CPA that's reasonable, then it's probably would have made, like you could argue that it would have been already there before. And
Mm-hmm.
like we could have turned off ads and maybe they wouldn't see any difference. So I think for me, when like we have people who, like for example, a creative director, like he'll look at like the click-through rate, he'll look at the hold rate, the hook rate, and that type of stuff on the ad side and optimization. But when I think like across the board, I do think that the most important thing is new customer CPA,
Mm-hmm.
um, and new customer return. And so that, I feel like those are things that Triple Whale maybe created from their dashboard. I don't know. Maybe those are already like terms that people used before, but I feel like that's when it came up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the if we see creative that's doing those things and like getting the numbers we want to see within the range, then that's where we'll scale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, I don't really care if like it has a lower click-through rate if it's gonna get better return.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say for us.